Once upon a time, there lived a young man with big dreams, but he was lazy. He often wished for money, power, and success, but he never took action. "One day, I will change," he always told himself. Each morning, he woke up late, rushing through the day. His room was messy, clothes in the bed or in the chair, his tasks unfinished, and his promises to improve were forgotten. He admired those who were skilled and successful, but never thought about how they got there. One day, while wandering through the village, he met an old farmer. The farmer was planting tiny seeds in his field, carefully placing each one in the soil. The young man watched for a while before asking,
"Why do you spend so much time on such small seeds? They will take forever to grow."
The farmer smiled. "Everything great starts small. These seeds will grow into strong trees, but only if I care for them every day." The young man walked away, not thinking much about it. His life remained the same: dreams without action, promises without effort. But one morning, as he walked past the same field, he noticed tiny green sprouts pushing through the soil. The farmer was there, watering them gently. "They've started growing," the young man said in surprise. The farmer nodded. "Because I take care of them every day. Even a small drop of water can make a big difference if given consistently." That night, the young man lay in bed, thinking. He wanted to be strong, wise, and successful. But what had he done to make that happen? The next morning, he decided to start small. Instead of waking up late, he woke up just 10 minutes earlier. Instead of leaving his room messy, he made his bed. It seemed like nothing, but he remembered the farmer's words. Everything great starts small. His small habits grew. He started reading for just 5 minutes a day, then 10. He did a few exercises every morning, then a little more. He practiced patience, kindness, and discipline in small ways. And slowly, things changed. One day, while walking through the village, he met the farmer again. The once tiny plants were now strong and tall, reaching toward the sky. The young man smiled. "You were right. Small steps make a big difference." The farmer nodded. "Every habit is a seed. If you feed it every day, it will grow into something powerful." The young man knew he had just begun, but he was no longer waiting for one day to change. He was changing already, one small step at a time. The young man's life was no longer the same. He no longer waited for the perfect time to change. He was already changing, little by little, every day. His room was no longer messy. His mornings were no longer rushed. His mind was no longer filled with excuses. He kept building small habits. He exercised a little more, read a little longer, and worked a little harder. One day, he saw a woodcarver in the village shaping a large piece of wood. The carver took slow, steady strokes with his chisel, removing tiny bits each time. The young man watched as, bit by bit, a beautiful sculpture began to take form. "How long does it take to make something so beautiful?" he asked. The carver smiled. "It takes time, but I don't focus on the end result. I just take one careful stroke at a time, and before I know it, the shape appears." The young man realized he was like that block of wood. Every small habit was like a chisel stroke, shaping him into the person he wanted to become. People began noticing him and praising him. "You seem stronger," said one. "You seem wiser," said another. But the young man knew the truth. He wasn't special. He simply did small things every day that built up over time. One evening, he visited the farmer again. The once tiny seeds had now grown into a strong, healthy tree. "It started with just a single seed," the young man said. The farmer nodded. "And you started with just a single habit. But look how far you've come." The young man smiled. He knew his journey wasn't over, but he also knew one thing for sure. Small steps, taken consistently, lead to big changes. This story teaches an important truth. Your habits shape your future. Success doesn't come from one big action. It comes from small steps repeated every day. Every habit, good or bad, is like a seed. If you water it daily, it will grow. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Most people wait for motivation. They wait for the right time. But the truth is, slow progress is better than no progress. So ask yourself, what small habit can you start today?